Hello everyone, how are you all doing? This is a quick video I made to validate this fork tool and give you my finding. In a previous mountain bike maintenance video I showed you how you can keep your mountain bike forks in tip-top condition for longer. This fork oil in this sewing machine bottle with a very thin needle nose nozzle can be used to pull dirt out of the interface between the fork stanchions and the seals lip. Now, a lot of people gave it a thumbs up, totally getting the principle of how this works and what it can do and what it cannot do. Though there were some though who totally missed the point of what this was trying to achieve and went off the deep end saying how this would not work, how it does not lubricate the forks, how it is not a substitute for lower fork strip and full service and clean. I did not say it would stop these things from being needed, and that it shouldn't need you to stop servicing your forks by using this. Now if you want to see that maintenance video, I'll leave a link to it in the video description below. Anyway, amongst all these positive feedback comments, an individual mentioned that he'd used these seal cleaner things to remove dirt from within his mountain bike fork seals. Now I've not seen anything like this before, so I went off on the interweb, looked them up to see how they're used. It seems like it's a very thin plastic tool that is used on motorbike fork seals, and it's inserted between the seal and the stanchion to remove dirt where it's ingressed and cause the seal to break and oil to leak out, hence causing those oily marks around the stanchion. You insert it in between the fork stanchion and the seal, move it around, then pull it out, pulling out with it any dirt. Now I like this idea because it seemed a very simple and easy thing to do and help maintain your fork. Does it work? I can see how it should work. Having inserted the tool between the stanchion and the seal, the tip here springs out into the gap that should be filled with fork grease. If any dirt has got past that first seal's lip, then this second line of defence will trap dirt in the grease. This tool's tip scrapes the gap as you move the tool around the stanchion, dislodging the dirt and muck within the seal's gap. That is the principle, and it does seem to be a good one. But I can also see a few flaws with which this could tip it from being a really neat tool to something that is not practical in real use, especially on a mountain bike fork at least. We'll come to those in a moment. In my search for this seal make, it seems there are two versions. The newer Pro, which looks like this and seems to be only available in the USA, and then what appears to be an older model of the tool which looks to be almost identical. This version of the tool is available in the UK at £7 plus postage. However, due to some skepticism of how this tool would work in practice and not wanting to waste £7 to find out, I decided to make one instead. You see, the first flaw in how this could work or not work is the seal mate's tip here. The tip is not the shape of the typical mountain bike seals gap. The gap in the fork seal is rounded in shape and not a groove that this tool's tip would fit into. But again, the principle seemed to be sound, so I went ahead. And here's my version of the scraper suitable for a mountain bike fork seal. I made it out of very thin kitchen cutting mat, which is very tough but flexible. The tip you see here is rounded to fit the profile of the mountain bike seal's rounded gap. It is easy to slip between the stanchion and the seal like so. Now I must say before I go any further that you should only use a clean, smooth plastic tool, or anything clean and plastic, if you're going to insert it into your forks like this. Do not use anything that is metal, like a metal blade, as you can very easily scratch the stanchions or cut the seals trying to do this. Just don't do it. Okay, with my DIY seal mate, I have inserted it and will now try to move it around the seal, ensuring its tip sits in the seal's groove. Now that I'm using the tool in the real world, the second flaw becomes very evident very quickly. It is really not that easy to slide around. It is very much stuck. Even if I could move it and dislodge any dirt with it, I've come to the next flaw. How do you remove it and not leave the dirt you've dislodged behind? And I cannot see any way round this flaw. And the final flaw with this tool and these forks is, because it does not slide around easily, it makes it difficult, if impossible, to get past the fork's bridge, which as you can see butts up against the seal for about a quarter of the circumference. Motorbike forks do not generally have a bridge adjacent to their seals, which makes it relatively easy to circle the whole fork stanchion. So meeting all these flaws in quick succession, it became very evident very quickly that a tool like this is not practical on a mountain bike fork at least. I have wasted my time, but hopefully not yours. This tool does not work. So there you go. If someone recommends this SealMate tool to use as a method to remove ingress seal dirt from a mountain bike fork, don't get one. And so this is my advice. As you can see, it's not a tip, as you may have noticed by the video's title. Now these forks are overdue for a lower leg service, where I mean to clean out the legs and the fork seals, put fresh grease in the seals, re-bathe the sponges in oil and reassemble. It just seemed a good opportunity before I did that to try out this tool while the fork seal were somewhat dirty and if it could work at all. I have new seals and sponges just in case for all pending service on this bike. So if you want to see how quickly and easily I can service these forks, then do hit that subscription button to be sure not to miss it. Be sure to hit that notifications button too. Now if you like this video, then please do give it a thumbs up, as this is greatly appreciated and tells YouTube that you liked it too. As well as these mountain bike maintenance videos, I also make mountain bike route description videos with full 3D description maps of trails, single track routes in and around Scotland. So if you're visiting Scotland or want to ride somewhere new, then do look them up to get a heads up description before committing to driving there. Until then, keep well, keep safe, and I'll catch up with you guys next time.